Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we met Venat, aka Hydaelyn. Well, the future Hydaelyn when she finally decides to turn after everything else that goes on. And speaking of, we spilled the beans. And the others were not happy. And you guys were kind of right to point out something. It's less that they believe me, and more that they are in denial because they can tell I'm telling the truth. Or at the very least, they can tell that I think I'm telling the truth, because there is still that lovely little possibility that they have to contend with. Granted, it's false, but they could still be like, this is just some crazy familiar that's been programmed to tell this crazy tale. How are we supposed to believe it, even if it thinks it's telling the truth? I think Emmett did not take it well. So we're hanging out with Venat, and we're kind of trying to get more insight into Hermes and Meteion, because more and more, I feel like they are at the center of this somehow. They have to be. Right, Venat? Witness to the spectacle. I also realized we're on the 87 quests. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close.
At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelekis which can control it.
Control it? I thought they could sense it, but not control it.
Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you could tell me about Meteion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication?
There are more like her. She said she had sisters. Yeah, I remember that. She and her sisters were created to journey to the stars and search for intelligent life. Yeah, that was a hell of a kick in the pants.
I'd rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Oh, thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unsolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripatia
Crystalline.
Not far from here. Just follow the path to the west.
To the west, eh? Is the west where my next ether current is? Because I'm still missing a couple of these. It is. Bonus. Guess we'll have to see if I can get that ether current when we get a little closer.
This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripatia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, well, fascinating. It's not the reason we are here, is it?
No, but if it's bigger on the inside, I could make some Doctor Who jokes.
I shall cut my architectural lessons short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon.
The other tower? The one further to the south, the one that's closer to my ether current? Sweet. Aha, there's my ether current at the top of a waterfall, no less. Kind of a lovely place for this thing. That takes care of that, and then there are two left. Hello, random archivist.
You have questions for me? Oh, certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment.
Definitely not voiced.
Indeed. So, if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records.
Oh, I wonder if they're talking about the Lycaons.
Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about?
I'm hoping to snag some information on Meteion and the other familiars like her.
The Chief Overseer's personal research project? And by that, I assume you mean Meteion.
Yep.
Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galen shared with me.
Oh? Go on.
Galeen is my partner, and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she got sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteor Heavensward. A host of them.
A host of them, huh?
For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear.
Venat?
Mistress Venat, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Oh, of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metapiosis Thalassai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail.
Oh, water habitat?
I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venat. Even though such purists must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do.
Oh. She might be like Hermes, and she don't really subscribe to that whole return to the star thing.
'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as SM. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis for many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there's not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored.
Yeah. She does not want to.
Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you.
Just reset the door, huh? Well, you guys also pointed out I should probably converse with any major NPCs between quests like this.
The other archivist said not we hadn't already heard, but this story of Galeen sounds promising. I have opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway, and you'll find yourself at the entrance to Metapiosis Thalassai. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure.
This is a nice little spot. Unfortunately, I think it's nowhere near, nowhere near anything I want to go after. Alright, Venat, anything for you?
The tower head is still part Perpetuary Crystalline. We will need to ask for passage through the upper tier.
So far, not seeing any reason to talk to them. I haven't seen anything really interesting.
Mistress Venat,
Just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Is this Galeen?
Mistress Venat, I was told not to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Oh, please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us.
Wow. I have a sneaking suspicion this one's going to be voiced. Yeah, definitely. The way the characters are animating.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
It is a lovely view. Oh, look at it.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
It has its own form of beauty, but nothing like this. As beautiful as ever. Some parts, yes. Others, not so much. It's more beautiful here, yeah. I'd say there are definitely some ups and some downs.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal.
Very true. And a lot of fun to go through it with friends.
While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Yeah, but we might be here for a while. Holy crap, the runtime on the series is absurd.
Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Who would have guessed Heidelin would have had the old wanderlust, but I guess she was a Zem. That does make some sense. And there are so many things I've seen over the years. So many tales to tell. Crazy places, fun adventures, losses. Oh, she's getting a kick out of this. I wish they'd show us some stills so we could see some of the scenes he's talking about. I assume we're just telling her all about Hildebrand. There we go, that's definitely Hildebrand.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind?
Yeah, that's true.
Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate, fate perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace.
I'm so glad we get a chance to hang out with Venat.
As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath.
Huh. Maybe that's what inspired her to become Heidelin in addition to stopping Zodiark. The fact that she basically gets to become the world, or the core of the world.
I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new. And so, so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose. My love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star.
Ah, here it is.
Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Yes. I'd have to say yes. Come on, one big nod. Or we're not gonna say anything.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Ah, come on! Denied!
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
Yeah, even if I did just get denied at the last second.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather.
The Matea?
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
These little messengers.
Dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though.
Oh?
He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Perhaps we should wait for him there.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Oh, thanks. Convenient.
Please.
I can get out of here and get back down to the surface level. I still got ether cards to find. Meteon's sisters among the stars, eh? Well, that must have been one hell of a sight to see. Where are we? Not too far off.
So, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to define why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star.
There's also the possibility that he does it unintentionally. That could very well be it. He could just have caused it without realizing it just by messing with forces he didn't fully understand. All right, another piece of gear, or 2 pieces of gear. Boom, reset. Oh, I can't glamour here, so luckily I keep my headpiece off. Worthy of his back.
I should like to visit the site from which Hermes set forth the meteor. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galeen said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? We shall.
And if it's off to the east, I can get my ether current too. There's number 9. Just means I only have 1 left to find. All right, and you are 396 to the north? There must be another island up there. All right, well here's the spot. Now, if I had to guess, I'm betting that was the island right there. What do you think, Venat?
Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go?
Aha! The Cherry Blossom Island.
Ah, what about that one? Have you the means to fly? It is quite a distance away.
Not yet.
Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos.
Puppy! Yes, I knew we got to meet Argos in the past.
My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Dekumon here over to that island? Stubborn creature. There is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid.
Oh? I see, so I have to prove myself to him now. That's why I didn't have to do it in the future.
What? You've fritted him before? Ah, well, your before meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match.
Eh?
Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain.
Oh shit. A sparring match against Eidolon?
Oh, you seem doubtful. But useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time?
Choose your battlefield. I will do what I must. And if this memory turns out to be a bad one, no. No, pick your poison, madame. I never back down.
I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder.
And this is where I completely screw up the future by killing Eidolon. Oh crap. This is a duty calls. That's a bad sign.
Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you.
Oh dear. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Fighting Eidolon? Oh man. Prove your strength to Venat. Alright. Hang on. Do I have a, I can charge up Solso here.
Let neither side hold back.
Interesting. She gets her own little special theme here. Are you? She doesn't give a crap. Oh God, my life bar.
My blade sings!
And mine gets the fuck behind you. Yep. And take her for a paladin type. We're gonna put the shield on here. True blink. Oh God! Woohoo! Uh-oh, chasing AoEs. I'll wait here, thank you very much. It's safer here, trust me, madam.
My blade sings!
Alright, time for the enshroud.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Musa's mantle? Oh. Oh, she just changed weapon types.
No quarter.
Very cool. All right. Oh, you think you a dancer?
Have a taste.
Uh-oh. Ah! Gotta get away from her too. Nope. Oh, that's speeding up. I don't want to go into Enshroud until she finishes this little combo here. There we go. And I can give her the old Shadow and Death double
You
tap.
won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Very nice. What did she change to? A magic staff? Oh, yeah, she went into conjure mode. Ah, that's smarted. Oh, these are all gonna explode. These are all gonna explode. Oh, okay. Their explosions are a lot smaller than I thought they'd be. But they're repeating.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, I see. I get to play loopy doops here. That's fine, I can play loopy doops. How many of those you got in you, girl? That it? Uh-oh. Let's go here. I don't know how far she's gonna knock my ass back. Far enough. Oh, oh. Oh, we've seen this before. This is Shiva's little trick. Although she's doing Earth style.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Venat's ether? Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta clear these out. Melee! Whew. Ooh, this is not good. Big charge there. Ah! I can't move fast enough, I'm sorry. The fact that these things take 2 hits per is irritating. Oh God, I'm gonna die. I didn't realize that she had some white one. Well, I am so fucking dead right here. This is gonna smart. Argos, don't look! I don't want to see you.
Shed your burdens and show me your strength of will.
I'm gonna die. She has her own limit break. That is so cool. And I'm dead. Yep. Splat.
Very well.
All right, let's try this again. This is the part I did not like last time. Although, hopefully having it on easy mode should make this a little easier. I hope I can be able to, yeah, I can one-shot these now. That's definitely the big difference maker. Oh. Except for Plain Slice. Plain Slice is not good enough. That'll do it. Come here. Red ones. There they are. There we go. I think my stats are just a little low at the moment. That's not helping my day. She got one. Is that it? Oh my god. Did I literally die at the last freaking step? Oh. Alright, well, I get to see this amazing limit break of hers again.
Strength of will.
Alright, I should be able to survive this. She only got one marker. Boom! Yeah, nowhere near as bad, right? There it is. Oh god, she still damn near knocked me to my ass.
The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope.
I kind of want my
I've
crystal
seen
time.
enough.
Oh, okay. Whew, thank goodness. Because damn. That's smarted.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding.
Well, considering I'm like, you know, a little over half of a Zem, it's not too surprising.
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Yeah, you could say that. Argos? Will Puppy finally let me pet him? Ah! Good, fluffy puppy. Good boy.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
I'm feeling you and I are gonna get along just fine. Keep hoping that I'm gonna get him as a mount.
Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Meteor made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us, rather than against us.
Yeah, well, the working against us part comes later, I bet. A flower upon your return.
Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle.
Aw, it means I gotta walk back. That's fine. See you soon, Puppo! Alright, but not you got anything interesting to say here?
Climb onto Argos' back and we can be off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he carried anyone but me.
Argos motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Yes! Puppy! He's so majestic. He's got the big floof underneath him.
Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so.
Wow, just look at this ride. Such an amazing view. And it does take a fair bit.
Now, what was the name of that tree?
Well, I call him Cherry Blossom.
No, something. Ah!
No, wow, I couldn't get through that one if I wanted to. It is a really cool looking tree. Almost there. Ah, look at the zone we've had so far. This whole place is so cool looking.
Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Well, it's a hell of a tree. But I wonder what we're hoping to find here.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Wait, do you mean the Echo? Maybe she does. But that usually requires a person to bounce off of.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Ah.
Come and stand before me.
Of course, she is the progenitor of the Echo, therefore she would have full control over it.
There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the one we're used to.
The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether.
Ooh, please tell me you could teach me how to do this.
As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit.
Ah, so it's only really good for recent events. Still, handy
But
trick.
come, let us try. Close your eyes.
It'd be a hell of a cool thing to have if you were like, an investigator or some kind. You'd just be like, oh yeah, I'll just arrive on the murder scene. I will just watch the murder happen right in front of me. And just like, he did it. It's like, but that's the janitor. He did it. He's the one cleaning up the body right now. He did it. Oh, all right. All right, let's see.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars.
Whoa, this one's much more, concise.
Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
Oh, that's why.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Ah, shared consciousness, huh?
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Oh, that's why they're doing this. To get the answers for what they're living for, they're trying to find life on other worlds to see what they value. Clever idea.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Good question.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking.
Well, we know of a couple, the dragons and Omega.
Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Like, how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all.
It's hard to believe this guy becomes that just massive fatalist that we saw in Fandaniel.
And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence.
Though I suppose a lot of that might just come from being Ammon in the Elegant Empire.
Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteion, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Aww.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
Oh, heck yeah. A whole freaking platter full.
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower.
Flower?
Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
An Elpis flower, perhaps? Well, that was interesting. Clear he's not trying to cause the end of the world directly. If he did, it was indirectly at this point.
So, what is your opinion?
I mean, at this point, Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. He's a gentle soul, and yet, I couldn't say just by this moment alone. Yeah, at this point, he's not trying to cause any sort of major disaster.
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life.
No, whatever this was, it must have been some sort of tragic accident.
In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh, what if that sets it off though?
If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
But here's the thing. If we stop the final days here, then, well, then I don't exist.
Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
All right, puppy, let's take it back. Or we could just skip the return trip outright.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis.
Yeah.
But we could do worse than to look in Kithis Epiborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ithilkaios Boreas, the Northern Isle. I want a Dekumon, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release onto the world. Did you not question how they find room for all of them on so few islands? The answer lies within Kistis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, that the Chief Overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the Neus north of Protean Oikos.
So it's true what they say. It is bigger on the inside. I'm surprised I didn't need permission for this one. This appears to be the teleporter Venat told you about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. Nice. I also noticed that we have 2 more ether quests pop up. I believe that's all of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all the ether cart quests. Sweet.
good. The Naeus acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish.
You were banking on that, weren't you?
As for the way to Kistis Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads.
145 to the northwest. It's actually reasonably close. And that's the last map ether current on this one. All I gotta do now is get the one in the main story and get the 4 from the side quests. I see the miners and the gatherers are all out hard at work as usual. Whoa. That's a good sized building. Strike that, it's freaking huge. Even by ancient standards, this thing is big.
Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts.
I'm gonna watch, he just walked out.
Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered.
Oh, it's Emmett and Hythlodaeus. Sweet. I guessed on the voice and I was right.
Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteon, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one.
Ah, great minds think alike.
Oh, so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk.
I thought he didn't believe me.
According to your study, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is that the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. Hence Dynamis. And what better fit that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that, I am certain.
Yeah, that was kind of our thought too.
It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see.
And now we shall share and pool knowledge. And?
How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were.
Thank you for your understanding. Yeah, no. I'm glad he, kind of came to his senses.
Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it.
Well, of course this Matthias gets a chuckle at that. Sheesh. Well. So, we got the gang back together for a little bit more, huh? Well, I think this is a good spot to stop for now. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.